Hey guys, it's Courtney here from SUV Campers, back with another SUV difference, and today we're talking about the Grand Mega. Now before I get into too much detail, I'm first going to throw over to Joe, who's going to give you an opening demonstration, and then over to Jeff with a closing demonstration. So take it away guys.
Okay, what we're going to do today is we're going to simply open a Ford File camper trailer. It's as easy as this, guys. So what you do is you come to the front, you disengage your winch, you can have that in the neutral position, and then basically you walk around to the back of your camper trailer. You've got 4 catches on your camper trailer. You've got 2 at the back and 2 on each side, 1 on each side. So basically all you do is release the corner catch on each side first. They're your safety ones. And then basically I'll put my elbow on the corner of the camper and I'll release the first camp latch on this side here. All I'm doing is just holding a bit of weight down here to let the latch, take a bit of load off the latch. And then I'll come to this side here, I'll do the same. I'll put my elbow on the corner. I'll just take the weight off the latch, lift that off and just let the camper lid go. By doing that, it just makes the lid go up a lot easier. I'll then come to the front. All you do is just, you can basically 2 fingers just wind that lid straight over. It'll just wind over as easy as that. So as quick as you wind it, as quick as it'll open up. It doesn't get any easier than this. I'll wind it all the way down. As I get to the end there, I'll just engage the ratchet. That'll hold the lid down. I'll then come around to the side of the camper. Depending on the model, you've just got some latches on the side here. That just locks it in place so it doesn't flip back up. I'll go to the corner of the camper. The canvas has got these nice little pieces that come around like that and just locks that whole corner in really nice and neat. I'll then come over, I'll open the main entry door. I'll come inside. It's as simple as basically going inside here, pushing the back bow up. It automatically locks into place, and that's as easy as it is, guys. There's your camper trailer open.
I'm just going to show you how easy it is to pull down a 4-berth camper trailer. This particular model is a Grand, so if you have a different 4-berth camper trailer, it may have some slight variance, but the principle is exactly the same. So open the door, walk into your camper trailer, simply let it off the locking pin on both sides. Very important to make sure from now that you close your door and flick your deadlock across from the inside so the door is closed. Then it's a matter of letting the winch cable off the front, releasing your lid, and then with the twin struts it goes over. Very simple. Now when you get to here, first lot of canvas, it certainly makes it a lot more simple to put it in. And all I do is fold this canvas so it goes layer up on layer. It'll fold up a lot better. And it's exactly the same around the other side. So the first lot of canvas just goes in across the top of the bed, so there's heaps of spare room in there. When you get to here, some people either have a horse lead or a dog lead rope hanging down and they just pull down on that to close the camper trailer. All I do is grab the side, pull this down. By having that front window open, it expresses the air out of the back. And then all you need to do is winch cable onto that bottom eyelet, and then the winch pulls the rest down. So when you're winding this down, very simple on the winch. The first place I stop to do a tuck in is when the winch cable itself hits these middle ribs, and that's where you do your first tuck in from. So push it all over towards the centre, and the same around this side. Then just down on your winch cable again until the winch cable is hitting this front rib of the camper trailer, and that's where you do your final tuck in of all your canvas. Once you've got all the canvas inside, You can either winch it down a little bit more from the front or just pull it down until you get your over center latch on here. Use that as a lever to put the back one on and simply pull down both the levers at the same time.
Now the reason SUV campers are so quick and so easy to open is because of these double gas struts here. So this assists with the opening and closing of the camper trailer. Alrighty, now the lid of SUV campers actually has a double rubber automotive seal around it. So you can see one seal there and then a second one at the back here. Now the reason we put two seals on is actually as an added method of dust and water protection. So when you're traveling along, the camper's bouncing around, you're four-wheel driving, it might be flexing a little bit, one of the seals may lift, and this is where the other seal will come into play. So if one of the seals lifts, you've still got a backup seal there to stop any dust and water from getting inside the camper. Now the tropical roof on SUV campers is that little bit that you can see above the main roof of the camper there. It's made out of the same canvas as the trailer itself. So it's a 16-ounce canvas and there's no need to manually extend that pole. So the tropical roof just opens and closes with the camper trailer as normal. There's nothing more you need to do. Now all the external doors on SUV campers are flush mounted for improved weatherproofing. So that means that when it rains, 90% of the water is just going to run straight off of the side of the camper, and the rubber seals inside only have to catch that 10%. Now getting into the camper has never been easier with this Australian designed swing door and steps separate. Now other companies, what they do is they actually bolt the steps to the back of the door, meaning that when you go to get in and out of your camper trailer, you're actually walking up and down the door itself. With ours though, it's just like a regular door. You walk up to it, open it like so, and walk up the steps to get inside. Now, the other good thing about the Australian designed swing door is of a night time when you go to bed, you can literally just close the door and there's a deadbolt inside, meaning you can lock it as well. Now along the actual drawbar, you've got three separate storage compartments. This first one is an aluminium gas storage box. So that opens up like that and you can store two 4.5 kilo gas bottles on the inside, which you can see just there. Now in the middle here you have an aluminium storage box that can be used for storing pretty well anything. Now to open it, all you do is you undo your over center lock here, like so, and then just fold the lid back like that. Now you can actually see the sealing around this one is an Laverant seal. That is probably one of the most waterproof seals that you can get for storage boxes and stuff like that. Now you can see how much room's inside. We've got all the three side walls, the draft skirt, the floor, and the touring awning for this camper inside here. So it shows you how much room there is. Then to close it, all you do, fold that back over like that and redo up your over center catches. And over this side, you've got space for two jerry cans. So just your standard 20-litre jerry cans. Now SUV campers come with two water tanks. So you've got one underneath the camper here, that's 100 litres. It's also your main tank. So when you have a shower or you are washing your dishes, this is where the water's going to come from. Now your second water tank is actually located behind your spare tyres. So this back water tank is actually a ball weight adjuster. So when it's full, it's going to take weight off of the tow ball. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to throw back over to Joe. He's going to explain a little bit more about the suspension on the camper trailers. Off you go, Joe.
Right. Welcome to SUV Campers. Today I just want to quickly go through, guys, and show you independent suspension on an SUV camper, how it's assembled and what goes into assembling an SUV camper. Underneath, this is really important for you guys that want to get out in the bush and want to make it there and back without having any trouble. We sort of take it to the next level, we think, when it comes to putting a suspension in a camper trailer and making sure it's going to stay in there. With the new suspension arms we've got out at the present time, the Series 4 suspension arms, we've got Series 3, Series 2 and the original suspension arms out there, all going gangbusters. This one here in particular is a Series 4. You can see it's all been reinforced along the sides of the suspension arms. These are all 6mm thick suspension arm box section around here. They're all 6mm wall thickness. You've got 16mm wall thickness steel collar tubes on the end here, and then your nylon 6 bushes go inside that again with a crush tube. So from here, once that suspension arm's actually fitted into your camper trailer like this with your coil and your shockeys, everything, all your bolts, nuts are always Loctited in here. We don't leave anything to chance, so we make sure everything's Loctite on it if it's getting bolted together. From here you've got your complete hub and stub assembly, which is this. That's your bolt-on stub that's actually fitted inside your hub and your brake assembly. every camper trailer that SUV camper trailer puts out at the present time has the option to carry a spare stub, and which is one of these. This can be carried on your camper trailer. We've actually got a space on every trailer now that you can actually bolt this on with a spare set of bolts. So if you ever did get into trouble and something drastically went wrong, and you hit a culvert or you hit a cliff or whatever, and you did do some damage to your suspension, one of the main key points that you don't want happening is your stub breaking off here, which I've never seen one of these break off, but it can possibly happen, or you damage this thread. So once you damage that thread, if you're in the middle of the sticks and you have got nothing to fix that, this is where your spare stub comes into handy. So you've got the ability to carry one of these on board if you're going up to the top where there's no services available to get yourself out of trouble. It's definitely a good piece of gear to have on board, but you can see with the amount of work we put into our camper trailers and what we do here, we don't take chances with this sort of gear. Once they bolt that stub onto there, it's wheel aligned. Again, everything's Loctited. Your wheel nuts are torqued to the correct pressures for the trailer, and basically from there you're ready to go. But with SUV campers, we don't leave it the chance.
That was awesome. Thanks so much, Joe. Now, SUV campers pride themselves on using what's called a true tear weight system. Now, that means that when we take our camper trailers over the weighbridge, we make sure that the mattresses are in them, the couches, all the annexes, walls, poles, everything like that is in it, so we can give you the most accurate tear weight possible. Alrighty guys, now this is your pantry. Before I get into the storage though, I just want to quickly show you the support legs. Now that's these ones here, and to drop them down, all you do is you undo your center catch here and then just fold them down like so. Now, the reason we have the support legs is they're going to support the weight of anything you've got in your pantry. So your fridge full of food, your drawers full of plates and stuff like that, or even if you're leaning on it, it's going to support the weight of that as well. So between that and the locking pin, which I'll show you a little bit later on, your pantry is very secure. All right, now we'll get into the good stuff, the storage features that this pantry has. Now, the first feature you've got is this box here. So that just folds out and over like that. And that's for your bulkier items. So your sauce bottles, your tins of spaghetti, baked beans, things like that. Just those things that have an awkward height that won't fit in the drawers. You've also got this bit here that will double as extra bench space. So you can put stuff across there when you're prepping. So if you're doing sausages on bread, you can even put all your sauces across there. All right, now you've got these 3 storage drawers here as well. They're for other foods and things like your plates and stuff like that. Now to open them, all you do is you slide this barrel bolt across like so and just pull your drawer out as normal. Now we have carpeted these ones, and the reason for that is it's going to stop things from rattling around as much when you're traveling. Now this is a fold down stainless steel bench, so you can use that for prepping your food, you can use it for having dinner, so you can set your camp chairs up and eat there. And to put it away, it just folds up like that. So it just goes away, and then the over center catches lock it back in place. Speaking of locking things in place, you've also got this little latch here just behind your pantry. Now what that does is it actually locks your pantry in place. So if someone was to lean on your pantry, it won't slide back in, or if you're parked on a bit of a hill, anything like that, it'll stop the pantry from sliding back inside the compartment. All right, so this is your kitchen. Now you can see we have got the support legs for the kitchen as well. So any weight you put on there while you're cooking, stuff like that, you've got the legs there to support that. Now to open up your kitchen, all you do is you slide it out as we've already done and dropped the legs. Then you just open your extended bench space by literally just lifting this and bringing it over like that. Now your extended bench space is perfect for things like prepping and plating. Taking a bit of a closer look at your stove area now, which is actually underneath this bit of stainless steel here. Now this has a bit of a dual purpose. You open it up, undo the latch there, and the arms swing out either side like so, and you've got a wind guard to protect your flame. Alright, so I'm going to bring you in for a bit of a closer look at the stove. It is all AGA approved, and you can see we've got these foam covers over the burners. It's just a bit of protection for them. Every burner also has its own automatic ignition. Now the way to ignite it, you just pick the burner that you want to use, you just push down, you'll hear the click, 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 just like a gas stove at home. Give it a quarter of a turn anti-clockwise, and that will ignite your flame. Now that is the highest point of the flame, so if you want a low flame, just keep turning anti-clockwise till you get the flame that you want. Same thing if you want to go higher, just turn clockwise until you get to where you want it to go. Now every burner also has a flame safe on it. So what the flame safe does is it protects you if the flame gets blown out for any reason. Once you're done cooking though, just give it a quarter of a turn clockwise and that will turn the flame off. Now you can see it is quite a big stove, and the reason we do that is because we want you to be able to cook pretty much anything when you go away camping. Now one of the best things about camping is going fishing, going crabbing, everything like that. So we put the big stove in there so that if you do go crabbing and you want to boil those crabs up for dinner, you can put your pot on, you can boil your water nice and easily, put your crabs in and have your delicious seafood dinner. Underneath your stove you can see you've got a fully lined cutlery drawer, so you can keep that stocked at all times with your knives, forks, spoons, stuff like that. And just over to the left a little bit you've got another drawer, so you could use that to store your tongs, spatulas, things like that. Alright, so this is your sink, so this is where you can wash your dishes and stuff like that. Now the tap for the sink itself is actually operated off of a pressure pump, which is this button here, so that's going to switch your pressure pump on. You've also got a light just next to it that'll shine out over the kitchen so you can see what you're doing when you're cooking dinner and stuff like that. But all you do is you would turn your pump on using that button there and then just lift the nozzle of the tap and the water will start flowing out. Now once your sink's full you just push that nozzle back down again, you'll hear the click, that'll turn it off. Alternatively though, if you need to keep the tap out of the way, keep it up and just turn your pump off. The water will stop coming out, you'll be able to wash your dishes. You've also got a drying rack there as well, so you can dry your dishes. You can leave them drip dry overnight or just leave them there while you're washing up. And then down here you've also got a tea towel rack, so you can see we've got the tea towel on there so you can hang that up to dry once you've finished your dishes.
Hi, welcome to SUV Campers. Today we're just going to give you a bit of a run through on this fantastic new Air Annex and how to set it up and how to put it on. So the Air Annex comes in two bags. The first bag has the whole Air Annex assembly, and the second bag has all the sidewall pieces, draft skirt, flooring, touring awning that goes on that lower flap, and it's even got a manual hand pump for the kids. In today's lesson we are going to be using the electric pump. Plug it in, push a button, away you go. So setting up the Air Annex, best thing is just lay it out on the ground first so it's flat and you know you've got it on the right way. And then all it does is the zip and Velcro attaches this end first. So once you've attached the zip, and it's just a matter of pulling this cord and the zip and the Velcro attach. Drop the center pole down here so you can reach it a lot easier, and then up over the apex. And then just tie it off on this very end. Okay, so from here, once you've got it zipped on, just make sure you've got your valve stem screwed in and firm. Undo the outer cap, and that's where your electric pump plugs into. They plug it into there, and then make sure your dial is on 7 psi on the pump, and it's on the red outlet, which is pump, and plugged into the Anderson plug on the drawbar. Push the on button and stand back and watch it do its magic. Now this is what I call camping. So once it starts getting a little bit of structure to it, all I do is pop it up in semi-right position, then it's not kinked and the posts will go up easier, making sure again that you've got all your valves closed across the front, and then sit there and watch it go up and get back to your beer. So as long as you've got that set on 7 psi on the gauge, it will automatically stop once these are fully inflated. And 7 psi is pretty tight, and it's not going to move around. Once you've got that set up and the pump stops, then you just walk back in and pop up the center roof piece. So once you've pegged down the front pods so they don't creep out, you can put up all the sidewall pieces if you like. So that's the other bag. So each individual one has its own sidewall piece. There's another one that goes here. Then you've got a draft skirt and then also a flooring sheet. So you can totally enclose it for those wet weekends away. So here's the air annex all set up now, including the air going in. It took me about 8 minutes and a beer or so. Zero assistance from anyone. Partner's still talking to me. Kids are happy. You've got to get one. They just zip it on, pump it up, and you're done. No effort whatsoever. Hi, it's Jeff from SUV Camper Trailers here, just showing you the new air shower tent and how it connects. So just simply zips across the back section here and connects to the Velcro, and then these are your air pods that you're going to fill up with through the air intake. So your 12 volt air annex pump that connects to your shower, plug it into your Anderson plug, 7 psi on your pump, plug it into one of the intake ports, and then hit start. That's it. So hints and tips for the new air shower tent. Make sure that you've got both your valves closed so you don't leak any air. If one of the pods is not going up effectively, make sure that you've got your interconnecting valves open so it can run air from this pod into that pod. Anchor down the base of your shower tent so it doesn't move around, and also make sure you've got your window up.
Now you can see you've got a king size inner spring mattress here, as well as the LED strip lights over the bed. So you've got 2 over the bed, you've got 2 over the couch here as well. Now they are controlled by the little dimmer switch, which is the white box you can see at the bottom of the screen. And to turn it up, all you do is go up, and you see they can get quite bright, then back down again. You can actually turn them off from here and then back on again. Now inside the camper you've got these 4 internal storage drawers, so that's for your clothes, towels, things like that. So they just open up like that. You can see they are quite deep, so you'll be able to fit a lot of stuff in them, and you've got 4 exactly the same size as this. Alrighty guys, I want to show you one of the coolest parts about SUV campers, and that is the reverse cycle air conditioning. Now reverse cycle air conditioning is an option on every single one of the SUV campers, but this is the setup for it on the Grand Mega Plus. Now you can see you've got 3 aircon vents here, so you've got 1 back here, and then you've got 2 and 3. Now these hoses are completely adjustable, so you can just pull them out and point them in whatever direction you want them to go. So you can point them at the bed, up under the covers, you can point them at the couch if you're just sitting there relaxing, or if it's a hot day and you've just finished setting up, you can even come in and just point it straight at your face. Like, it's that easy. Now the best part about it is it's reverse cycle, so it is starting to get a little bit cooler now. That's fine, switch it on to heater, keep yourself nice and toasty warm. Don't forget to ask your salesperson what the best deal is on the air conditioners, because there are some pretty fantastic offers going all the time. Now this is your luxury vinyl club lounge seating that actually converts down to a bed. The next part of this video is going to show you exactly how that's done, so stay tuned. What we're going to do today is we're going to turn this luxury club lounge into a double bed. Now the way you do that is by using the couch backs here. So all you do is you stand up, grab your couch back, like so, lay it across the middle here, and repeat. So you move your corner piece, grab your back cushion, and lay it in the middle here. And last but not least, you grab this one near the side door here,
lay it across the middle. And that's it, that's all it takes, guys. Now you're probably wondering what supports the weight when you're sleeping on this bed, and the answer lies in these cushions themselves. They have a board that runs through the middle of them that supports the weight of anyone that sleeps on it. Now the roofs on SUV campers are quite high. This is to allow the hot air to escape easier. I personally am a little bit over 5'9" and I can only just touch the roof of the camper on my tippy toes. So that just shows you how high the roofs actually are. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about the SUV Grand Mega or anything else in the SUV range, head to www.suvcampers.com.au or call 1300 788 222 to find your nearest SUV dealer. Don't forget to ask them about the incredible specials we've got running at the moment, but otherwise I'll see you in the next video.